Dame Helen Mirren. That's who I'm going to try and, well, I'm going to try and look like Dame Helen Mirren. Do you know who Dame Helen Mirren is? Do you remember the Queen? She got an Academy Award for portraying the Queen. And remember her in Prime Suspect, where she was a really good detective, and so many others. And right now she's in, what is it, the Thursday Night Murder Club? Something like that. So I thought, well, you know what? She's 5 years younger than I am. And I thought, well, I'm going to try and put makeup on the way people put makeup on her. You know that she's the spokesperson for L'Oreal. She's in all of those ads where she uses this pink moisturizer. I forgot to buy it. But I do use, I must say that just on my own, I use this L'Oreal Revitalift moisturizer. I went to buy, a couple of months ago. My face was really feeling dry. I'd run out of whatever I was using. And I've always liked L'Oreal. Now, L'Oreal doesn't know me from Adam or Eve, but I needed a moisturizer. I guess I saw an ad and they were talking about this Revitalist. And I've been using L'Oreal since years ago, because I used their SPF. That was the first, I used it for years. It was a moisturizer with SPF, and I needed to use SPF. So I'm just putting this on as a moisturizer, this Revitalist, because what I did was I went out and I bought all of this L'Oreal makeup, you know, things that I hadn't used before, I bought. Because Helen is the spokesperson for L'Oreal, so I thought, well, if I'm going to try and imitate the way she looks, then I need to buy L'Oreal. I've been watching so many videos about Dame Helen, and she's not, I didn't get the feeling that she was that into makeup. She kind of did whatever her makeup artists did. So they kind of had a pink look. I know that she touts this pink moisturizer that I forgot to get. So I'm going to start with this. And in looking at her makeup, it's very natural looking, but there's always seems to be an emphasis on pink. So I did that today. So I've got an emphasis on pink. So I really felt, what am I, oh, you know what I'm going to try? I hope this is okay. I'm going to use this Lumi Glotion. Now, her face isn't that shiny, but I'm going to use this as a kind of like a primer. Okay, so I'm going to use a little bit of it. So, I mean, so if she was born in 1945, so she must be around in her late 70s. And she exercises every day. I used to hear her talking about that she did the Royal Air Force, Canadian Royal Air Force exercises, and that's how she stays in shape. She doesn't like doing a lot of exercises where she's going to sweat. So she's now doing, what is it, where you bend and move around? What is that? She's doing that anyway, but she does the Royal Air Force exercises. And because of her, I bought a book about the Royal Air Force exercises. Have I used it? Not once. I'm embarrassed to say. Don't tell my husband. In fact, where did I put it? But I got all excited because she's got this gorgeous body, and I was going to do that, but I haven't. Okay. So we're starting out with, you know who else is part of L'Oreal is, have you ever heard of Val Garland? She's a very, very famous European makeup artist, and she's the creative director, I think, of L'Oreal. And she's quite the character. And when something is good, she says ding dong. So let's hope we get a ding dong today. So who was it? So I'm using, this is L'Oreal True Match Nude, and it has 1% hyaluronic acid, and the color I'm using is Rose Light, or Rosy Clear. So let's see how it works. And I think that this is one that somebody said that this reminded them of the Armani foundation. How does this work? But this is kind of like a serum, so we're going to see. I've never used any of this before. Maybe I shouldn't put it on my face. Maybe I should put it on my hand. Okay, let's see how this color looks. Ooh, it's a good color. I was right. It's a good color. This is, you know what? This is a really lovely foundation. It's kind of light. How about light medium? It really is nice. It's got, so I've got that glotion underneath it. But as I say, this is rose clear. It doesn't look rose in any way, but this is beautiful. This gives it a little bit of a glow. Yeah, I like this. This is very nice foundation. Really nice. Maybe I should use, okay, now this is their concealer. So I'm going to use a little bit here and a little bit here. Okay, and then I'm going to use a damp beauty blender. What do I do now? Oh, so I don't know, did you see my video about eyebrows? So I'm going to do my eyebrows the same way. They didn't have something like this in L'Oreal because Wow Brow, that's what this is. So they didn't have this in, or I didn't see it, you know, in the where the L'Oreal stuff was. So this is the first thing I do is I put on Wow Brow, and this is the start. She's got thin eyebrows also. I don't know if mine are thin or, but this is the way Nikki LaRose was showing me how to do it. And I'll put my video about eyebrows above here so that you can do them the same way. So ever since, oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot to, she puts powder on first, I forgot. And then she puts on clear gel to kind of make them stay in place. So that's not the way Helen Mirren's, though. Hers were more tidy. I have a feeling that maybe she used a pencil. Okay, so this is NYX Lift and Scratch. No, this is Lift and Snatch. How can they have a name like this? It's Lift and it's, wait a second, Lift and Snatch? I don't get it. I don't, okay. I haven't, okay. So I'm just adding a few more hairs in here. There is a picture of Helen Mirren at the Cannes Film Festival with her cast members, and she looked so beautiful she was wearing a whole white gown, a white top and a white bottom, and she looked so fabulous. That's why I'm wearing a white on white, because I wanted to look like Helen Mirren. I don't have her outfit. I don't look gorgeous, but she did. And so I'm trying to, you know, kind of imitate the look. Although probably nobody remembers what she looked like anyway. Maybe I'll use, you know, maybe I'll use my left hand. I'll try. Can I do it? Okay. You know, I'm going to use this again. Right. Now, they don't talk about using bronzer, but I got a bronzer, a L'Oreal bronzer, and it's infallible. Okay, this is number 300, and it's a light color. So let's see how this looks. She doesn't carve out her cheeks, but there was a warmth on her foreheads that I saw. I didn't see any cream products. So I'm just using, you can see that I'm just using ever so little, you know, because I don't want to overdo it. You know, probably, and then what I'm going to do, remember I told you the Lisa Eldridge technique, that she goes in with a clean brush and she goes over what she puts down so that it's smooth and it looks airbrushed. So it's not too, so that it's, she always goes over, you know, Lisa Eldridge is another British woman, that famous brilliant British makeup artist. And she was talking about a hack that would change your makeup, and this has. So she uses a clean, this is a Sigma brush, and she uses a clean brush and goes over everything after she puts makeup on. eyes. It was hard to see what she did or what somebody did. It either looked, it was light, whatever it was. Now, so because I'm trying L'Oreal, so this is kind of skin colored. I don't know if it, so I'm going to try this. Well, this is nice. So I'm going to just use this as, because as I say, you didn't have the feeling that there was color. So I'm just going to use this. It's kind of skin colored, right? And I'll brush this out. The emphasis of Helen Mirren seemed to be not on the eyes. I think her eyes are blue, but on the cheeks and the lips. So that's where, this is, you know, this almost looks like a no makeup look. Well, this is really pretty. Okay. So she used brown eyeliner, and this is one that Tamara's Timeless Beauty uses. So it's the L'Oreal Infallible, and it's brown denim, and it's up to it's brown Infallible Grip, and this is okay. So I'm going to use the brown eyeliner, and and they made it kind of strong, but again, I think she's got blue eyes. And I don't. So I'm going to use this. And this is like a mechanical pencil. It's very soft and it glides on. And I'm going to use it in here also. You know, if you move the eyelashes, then you know that you're doing it. So I'm using the brown. I think I'm going to get some blue or some green. You know, they say that navy blue is really good on with brown eyes. So I'm going to get some. And then I'm going to use some down here. So as far as I could see, I think that she was using brown, maybe a little lavender, but it was hard. I had a hard time trying to figure out exactly what she was doing. Okay. Okay, so I've got the eyes lined. And then, oh, you know what she uses? This is a great mascara. I used to use this all the time, and it's by L'Oreal, and it's called Telescopic. And this is carbon black. I've used this for years. And then when I started my YouTube channel, I tried lots of others, but this is a darn good mascara, and it's always on sale, and it's always at the bottom because they're always advertising new mascaras. You know, L'Oreal has gazillions of mascaras. Everybody does. They must be making a fortune on mascaras. But this is always at the bottom, and it's a great mascara, and they're always having sales. So this is L'Oreal Telescopic. So let me try this. It is beautiful, guys. This is a great mascara. You know, and it's always on sale, $10. Excellent mascara. Look at look at the difference. Do you see? It's a wonderful mascara. Telescopic. Go, baby. You know, I don't know if I should put some lavender eyeshadow on. I know that there was kind of a shine when she had, maybe I'll put a drop on. I don't know if that'll make, this is by Ilia. I'm just going to put a drop on, just to put a little lightness, a little bit of lightness on the eye. I'm just putting it on the side. It just needs a little life. You know what I mean? Just a little life to the eyes. So I'm going to put some here too. Just a little. You know, we don't want a big thing about mascara, but yeah, see, just a little. This looks better. Now I'm using lavender. I bet she would use blue. I don't have any blue mascara. I don't have any blue. But this is more like what she was wearing, which was just just a very light dusting of color. Light dusting. Put a little down here. Now, she as I say, they always seem to use pink on her. I had to buy pink. I didn't like the pink that they had by L'Oreal because the pink that they had was really dark. And the pink that I've seen on Dame Helen was very light. Now, I love Milani blushes. I love the coral one, and I thought, well, if I love the coral one, look at this pretty pink. See, it has a little bit of iridescence. I love the color. Okay, now what brush? So I'm going to use, well, this is, I think, an IT Cosmetics brush, but I'm going to, I want to use a really, something like this. This is Real Techniques. Woo, woo. My goodness. A lot comes off. I'm going to have to be really careful. Okay, let's see how it goes. So we're not doing it on the apples of our cheeks. We're doing it above it. So I'm doing it right up here. Now it does have some iridescence. I'm going up here. I'm going above my apples. Then I have to use the Lisa Eldridge technique. And I go around here and I blend in the corners, the edges, that's what I mean. And you know what else I'm going to do? Do a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, here, nose, so that it just kind of goes everywhere, you know, so it all blends kind of together. And then for lipstick, now what I've got on right now, I've got on City Beauty lip gloss, but I'm going to take it off, and I'm going to use a lipstick pencil, a lip pencil. I've got to make sure it's the right color, and it's called Soar, S-O-A-R, and that keeps it running. And then I found this lipstick. This is Revlon, and the color is Gentlemen Prefer Pink. That's cute. So this was the pinkest, well, this was one of the pinkest that I could find, and it's by Revlon. You know, I must say that I have a sweet spot in my heart for Revlon because that was my first lipstick. And when I was a young girl, Revlon was the lipstick that everybody wore. And even now, they've got wonderful colors. I was very impressed when I was going through trying to find colors, and Revlon had beautiful colors, much more of a variety. So everybody puts pink. They either put pink lipstick on Helen, Dame Helen, I like calling her Dame Helen, or red. So she either wears a very light palette of pinks and light colors, or a very dramatic and with red lips. But I thought pink. Great pink. It's got a little pearlized in it, doesn't it? Do I look like Dame Helen? I've got the pink cheeks. I've got the pink lips. I've got the, well, this is kind of a Helen Mirren. As I say, she's 5 years younger than I am, so she would be 79, and I'm almost 85, and I think it's a great look. What do you think? Oh, here's my, you know, I need my Miss Piggy. I always judge by my Miss Piggy. You know, it's a very, I must say, it's a very soft, I haven't worn pink in so long, but it's a very soft, forgiving look. And you know, I like this, I must say I like this foundation. So this is the True Match, and it's a serum foundation. It's a beautiful foundation. It's got a beautiful glow, but remember I was also using the Lumi lotion with it. I think this looks good, guys. So this is a couple of hours later. You can see the makeup has still lasted. It's lovely. And I just realized that to really look like Helen Mirren, I needed to pull my hair back a little. So I pulled my hair back, and I think that's more of her look. What do you think? Do I look a little bit more like her? And the other thing she mentioned was that she always carries nail polish with her. And the color that she always wears is Essie's ballet slippers. Now, isn't this a coincidence? But a little birdie told me that that's the color that the Queen used to wear. So I wonder if the Queen, if she's wearing the same color as the Queen, or the Queen is wearing the same color as her, or she. Anyway, that's why I'm wearing the pale nail polish, just for Helen. So thank you. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Do I look like Helen Mirren? Yeah?